If any of you remember my video a couple days ago, if you happen to be subscribed or anything, then you probably would have seen my video where I went for, I believe it was entitled Neomonsters PvP CEO of Hardcore Judgment, because in that video I thought I had met the requirements to be both the CEO of Judgment and the CEO of Hardcore. However, as I mentioned in that video, Bomb Curse did not count as a death sentence. Of course, the monster that you sentence to the Bomb Curse obviously counts as a death sentence, but the rest of the monsters do not, since it is technically just an explosion of damage and not an actual death sentence placed on them, which is exactly what I said in the video, exactly what the Discord server moderator said. So I did this battle this morning, and I am sure of it this time, that I am now deserving of the title CEO of Hardcore. I was trying really hard to get Soulstealer to work, but people just really don't like him. People really just don't let Soulstealer do the job. And unfortunately, I was unable to purify him in this match and couldn't pull off a death sentence like I did in the last one, which was very satisfying, but there was less satisfaction here. However, one thing I did manage to pull off that made me happy was using Scorpionics and using Fatal Sting, because as you can see, this guy obviously has no way of purifying himself, and since Scorpionics is sleep immune, then my one-on-one kept him alive, so that was a pretty nice, pretty good way of balancing out getting a death sentence while also making sure it's monsters with death sentence that I can still use using the strategy. But anyway, here, that was such a lucky sleep because it put the two non-poison monsters to sleep, which is wonderful. And I know these two monsters are, just about to die from the death sentence from Fatal Sting. And Zibberos and Lavaronix have the death sentence from Dolphoon's Revenge set on them. So if we're keeping track of monsters killed by death sentence right now, that's two. I forget his name now, the worm, the camouflage stun absorber, whatever his name is, and Bobble Basher both died. Now here, I got a little scared because I see that Night Lord next in line, and I'm like, okay, I don't have any stun revenge, any stun protection. So I'm a little scared here. I decide to shield Soulstealer because I'm like, maybe, I can do a death sentence here, kill, Flare Burn and Ryzen, and then just stun Retributions. So that shield was such a waste, and it's actually going to come back to bite me later, you'll see. But he just, of course, takes it off with a Poison Touch. I can't really, handle anything that the Flare Burn is doing because all my monsters are pretty far out of play since I did not have any stun protection against that Night Lord, which is, in hindsight, not good team building, but also in hindsight, I, spoiler alert, completed the challenge, so, it doesn't matter. There goes off Dolphoon's Death Revenge, which kills both of them. So now my death sentence tally is 4. And keep in mind, I need 6 for this. So you're probably thinking, how's he going to do that? Well, you're about to see. I bring in Deucey Scion. Here I was really scared because Flare Burn, his Flare Burn was coming into my instant enlist from Dolphreeze. So he could have done some true hit shenanigans. Obviously before Nimbos came onto the field, but luckily he didn't, and he did go for the double Poison Eater, killing my Dolphreeze, even though there weren't any Chrono Monsters really, so Dolphreeze wasn't a huge bother to him, but oh well. Here, since I still had a one-on-one left over, I decided to skip, and since I actually thought Bovaclis would stay awake, that's actually not true. While commentating over this just now, I didn't see that Deucey Scion was poisoned, but while playing, obviously I did. Deucey Scion has Purify, all good. I'm able to use that Death Mark on Nimbos from Epidemic, who actually came in pretty clutch here, but one thing I was worried about here, right here, here's where I was going to use the shield on Epidemic, because if he used Prism Paw to kill Epidemic, it would wake everybody up, since Epidemic has Ascension All. Or he also could have hit Bovaclis. I probably would have shielded Bovaclis because most people, it's more commonly known that Bovaclis has Poison Revenge than that Epidemic has Ascension All Revenge, but he decided to go for the Rainbow Love on Oni Blade anyway. Still, though, he's gonna, if he kills one of those two monsters, or my Auto Protect monster with Ascension All, who is next in line, he's still gonna be able to purify the rest of his team. But luckily, Ducey Scion was lined up perfectly to purify so that Romanoid could keep his shield, and then the Green Bear Hug goes around the Protector anyway, waking up the rest of his monsters. Here I decide to just Deathmark Flarevern. Well, I decided to use Deathmark. Luckily, it went past Nimbos and hit the Flarevern, which was wonderful. So now I'm thinking, like, okay, if I just get these two off, like, I get it, right? Well, then I have to win the battle, but that's a story for another time. So I'm really worried that, like, I'm not going to be able to keep these monsters alive. And then he does a Sleep Bomb, which is really bad. And now that, first of all, gets rid of his Protector, so Flarevern can use True Hit, which he uses to kill my Emeraldius, which was my last Death Sentence monster. So I was, wait a minute. Oh my god. See, okay, so this doesn't count for CEO of Hardcore, because that Nimbos used Sleep Bomb to kill himself. My death mark never actually went off. So that's still only 5. And I am just now realizing this as I'm 6 minutes into the commentary of a 10-minute match. I'm not going to lie, this is a very difficult challenge. And this is the second time that I thought I did it and didn't. So that's kind of sad. But I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to go record another match with this team because I didn't complete the challenge. So I love that you just got like my live reaction to realizing, oh shoot, this isn't it. But anyway, I guess I'll see you guys in the arena. I gotta go do it again. But also, in case you were wondering, I did win this battle. Just wanna throw that out there. Anyway, let's go to the next match. So I'm just gonna run this one in 2 times speed because, you know, this video doesn't need to go on for any longer than it already has, really. But this one I got lucky that the one monster that stayed alive from the one-on-one was the Chainhorn, because that meant I could Fatal Sting. And I was like, I saw that Tardy Grenade next in line. I was like, okay, you know, I could Dream Hunt the Dualigazer and then Fatal Sting him, because, like, what's he going to do? Tardy Cannon or Taunt? And either of those things, like, Tardy Cannon, hopefully I'll hit Missile Torment anyway, and then, like, Taunt, you know, is whatever. So I do that, Dream Hunt into the Fatal Sting, of course. I see Pandornorka next in line, which is a little bit scary, because that means he can kill my Scorpionics, he could Swift True Hit my Soul Stealer, anything like that. He does do the Taunt, and then the Chainhorn dies, so my current Death Sentence counter is 1. And then there I go for Dream Hunt on the Carapasca, doesn't go around. I go for Fatal Sting on the Pandornorka, doesn't go around. But here he decides to Chrono Killer my Missile Torment, and then give turn, and Chrono Killer my Missile Torment again, which is interesting, because it didn't kill, and luckily Survivor didn't kill either, but now the Carapasca wakes up. I was worried he would Beetle Summon the Tardy Grenade, which would have reset my Death Sentence, but he just Beetle Summons himself, which you're actually going to see is going to come back to bite him. There, Death Sentence goes off, so my current counter is 2. I do a Death Sentence into a one-on-one. Unfortunately, Pandornorka is left alive, or left awake, which is what would have happened anyway because of camouflage regardless, but it would have been cool if the Chainhorn went to sleep as well. You'll see that's actually kind of annoying. Swift True Hit hits my Soul Stealer, but there, Bloodthirst almost kills him. So I'm able to take out Pandornorka, but then here, you see what I mean? If, I guess it wasn't that Chainhorn, but like, Missile Torment should have blocked that. Soul Stealer might have gone on to, you know, get the Death Sentence off, which, you know, obviously would have been very helpful since that's what I was going for, but, oh well, you know, sometimes not everything goes as planned. So here I'm thinking, like, wow, okay, I need him to kill Dolphoon, and I need him to kill through the rest of my monsters because I really need to get to, like, my Deathmark stuff at the end, right? But here's the thing, he has 2 Chainhorns on the field. So really, at some point during this battle, there should have been a time where I said, you know what, I just need to let him kill through my monsters. But also, like, my PvP instincts say, no, don't do that. That's bad. Why would you kill a chain horn? Why would you kill 2 chain horns on the field? This battle is basically a 4v2. But I do keep them on the field. And here, okay, no, I didn't. I thought I instant enlisted. Good, good, good. So here I'm just kind of like, what moves can I do that aren't actually going to damage him, where he can, like, go through my team, you know? There I decided to kill Razor Storm because I don't know, I didn't want to make it look like I was throwing and that he would give up or something. But keep in mind, our current death sentence kill count is 2. It would have been more if Missile Torment had blocked the 1 reckless attack, but that's a story for another day. One thing I always say is, what's the point of having an auto protector if you're not going to automatically protect? Like I said, story for another day. Anyway, I'm, like, really trying to make it look like, you know, I'm still playing without just, like, waiting for him to kill through my monsters. Like I said, would have been a good idea to kill the chain horns, but I didn't. Corner Stripe takes out Doocy Scion. Now I finally have a Deathmark monster, and I'm thinking, okay, this is good, this is good. You know, I can Deathmark Lord Stag or Bunker Beast or both. You know, start ranking up the kills again. Here's what we're going for. There I decided to just kill Lord Stag. I probably could have done, like, Raw Overwatch or whatever. I don't know. But I get the Death Sense on Bunker Beast. So things are looking okay. You know, I'm thinking, like, yeah, okay, if he gets to my Emeraldius, you know, he's got 8 monsters left. You know, I could probably I need 4 more Death Sentences. That's half. I could probably do that. I could probably pull it off. I'm pretty optimistic, you know. Piercing Mortar takes out my Missile Torment. He's down to my Romanoid. But then Mark Trigger killed Epidemic, which meant the death sentence wasn't going to go off. So here, I stopped recording, and then I really shouldn't have, because later we ended up in this position where he had 4 monsters left. That's the same Nefariodon. I don't know, like, how to prove that this is the same match, but, like, the background is the same. That's the Nefariodon. You guys have seen this team already. And he did end up killing my Dolphoon. That's how they all got the death sentence on them. And I was like, okay, all I have to do is just not kill any of these monsters until this death sentence go off, and as long as it goes off and I win the battle, then I get it, because I already killed the 2 from the Fatal Sting, and then this from the Dolphin Revenge would be 4. So assuming, like, everything is acceptable, this now makes me the CEO of Hardcore, because I killed 6 monsters in a PvP match with death sentence. This is Dolphin's Revenge, and I killed 2 at the beginning with Fatal Sting. So even after the kerfuffle, I did it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.